So next we start with the goal seek analysis, which is part of your what if analysis. So let me do that, and I'll give you a question of that also. Uh, so what if analysis, if you remember, it was nothing but what we were doing. We were trying to change the input in order to get the required output. And I did give you the example saying that if you want to have 90% marks in your exam, how much marks you will be requiring in the internal marks. I'm sure a lot of the students do that exercise when the semester is going on, and they compare and contrast that if the marks are 25 or 30, they need to put in more hard work in order to get in 90% marks in the final exam. So the same thing we are going to do in the goal seek. We are going to work backwards. So we know the output that we want, but we are going to manipulate the input in order to get the output that we want. There are different examples of that. One I've given you for the marks, which I'll be just showing, and practically also. There could be another example wherein I want to have this particular level of profit, say 10 lakh or 20 lakh, or say 100, 1 crore, and so on. So how much cost we need to incur, or how much cost we need to save in order to have more profit. So in this case, what are we doing? We have a set amount for the profit in our mind, and then we're going to work backward and work with the cost amount, and then we will see that how we can change, how we can manipulate this cost so that we ultimately incur this particular profit. In the other way, I can also give you another example of the price of the sales or the sales. So I say that if I want to have a 1 crore profit at the end of 1 year, this can be only done if I have 80% sales in first 10 months, right? So that is how, because when we are doing sales or when we are studying in the college, we can't ascertain the marks that we're going to get in the final exam, or the profit that we're going to get at the end of the year. But definitely, we can do some changes in our routine work, and we can forecast what we want. So if I put in more hard work, if I put in more hours in my study, for sure short I'm going to get good marks. And if I'm going to get good marks in the internal, for sure short my marks in external will also be good. So that is what I'm going to do right now over here. So let's see the sheet. Let's go back to our sheet, and I want to do work on the other sheet just to avoid circular referencing. So I have this first test marks given as say 50. Oh, that's very less, but that's okay. That happens. And the second test marks I got as 55, which is also less. So I'm worried, but natural. I have to be worried because the marks are not very good. And in the quiz, I did well, so I got 70 marks over there. And in the lab also, I have computer lab. I did well. I got 70 again. So I'm having less marks in test. So that makes me worry whether my final score in the exam will be good or not. So I say the final exam, which yet to happen, and depending on the marks in the final exam, I'm going to have final grade, right? It may be or final percentile. You can say that, right? So I have this information with me, which is 50 in test 1, 55 in test 2, and in quiz I got 70, in lab I got 70, and final exam is yet to happen, so I'm leaving that blank. And final grade also, as of now it doesn't happen, but I want to have final grade to be near, say, I want to have, say, 80 or say 90. Let's say, am I going too far? I don't think so. 90 is achievable, I suppose. So with this particular, will 50 and 55, I can't achieve this 90 percentile. I need to put in more hard work to get more marks in the final exam. So that again, or it can give me an idea how much marks I should be having here if I want to have 90% over here at the end of the day, right? So that is where your goal seek uh, will help you, and that is a part of your goal what if analysis. So goal seek method is one criteria to work and change the input in order to get the output that you want. So in this case, we know the output already. And we're going to go backward and do some calculations and manipulations that you will see in front of you, that how it does. And we're going to figure out the marks that we should be getting in any case if we want this much percentage at the end of the day, right? So let me just go back to the ribbon bar. We have to go to the data, and in the data column you can see the what if analysis under data tool. So if you see the data tool command group, you have different commands over there: text to remove duplicate, data validation, consolidate, and what if analysis. So I'm going to go to what if analysis over here. Now, if you see over here very carefully, you have three options. We have scenario manager, goal seek, and data table. We're going to go for all these three, but right now our focus is on goal seek. So when you press on the goal seek, let me just go again. So I want to go for goal seek, and I press this, and you will see one window popping up with three variables. It says goal seek. And another thing I want to tell you, when this box pops up, you have a question mark also over here. You can also seek a help from Microsoft regarding this particular thing that you have. Oh, it says it's now retired, I need to work with the other Excel, so it's not giving me that help, and that's okay. We can work without that also. So in this case, you have this option of this question mark, which will give you the help there and then. But I am sure in the exam you will not have that much time to go to question mark and read that and then do the question, because you have very limited time, especially in doing the practicals. So I repeat again what I've done. I have just make this sheet, which is the data sheet, which I have to make, and I'm going to work on that. And I've gone to data. In data, I have gone to what if analysis. It's there in the data tool command. And in that, I've selected goal seek. Now in the goal seek, I've got three options over here. If you see very carefully, the very first option is set cell. What does it mean? That I want to set this particular cell to a value of 90, which I want to have. So what does it mean? It says that the final grade is fixed. This is fixed at 90, but we are by changing cell, which is a blank column over here, right? But let me just do one more thing. I didn't do one. I just left one step over here. See this 90 randomly I selected, but normally we don't select this randomly. We should count this, with the help of a function. So let me use the average function for counting this particular final grade, which I might get at the end of the day. And in this particular function, I'm going to include the whole range from test 1, test 2, quiz, and this final exam also. Now, as of now, the final exam column, if you see, is the blank one. But I'm going to calculate the end marks, final marks, which I expect, that idea, which I'm going to get with the help of these marks which I have got. So I'm going to close the bracket. I'm going to press enter. So the marks I got, which is again very less, which is very, very less, I believe. So I'm going to, change this 0. I go to home, and I make this as 61. Right now, I already know it is giving me 61. But do I want to have only this much a number? I'm very sure you would want to have minimum 70% marks or minimum 80% marks, just to ensure that you are passing, not just passing, but you're passing with good marks, right? So over here, I don't want 61. I already got that number. I want, let me change this number to 75. Now earlier, what I was doing, maybe I had an idea from this 1555. I knew that the marks will be less, so randomly I wrote 90. But the best practice is that you should first calculate, and that is what we normally do. We first calculate the marks, and then we figure out that how much more marks we want to have, and then we write those marks in this particular column, right? So now I'm going to go back to this data, and I'm going to go to this what if analysis, and I press this goal seek, and I'm going to write this number over here, which I'm looking at, that 75, and I'm going to say that I want to change this particular cell, which as of now is 0. And then I'll say, and the moment I press OK, you will see that I will not do any calculation, I will not do any processing, but the processing will be done there and then by the computer. So let me just press OK. OK, cell must contain OK. So okay, I did that error, so let me just write that number only. So if I just write the average, and maybe it didn't give me the option of doing that. So if I just write the range, because it will only take that blank cell when I include the range. So when I write this, and now I go back to the what if analysis, we can do that way also. I'll tell you how to do it later on. Let's focus first on this. So it is B6, and I want this value to be, say, 75. By changing the cell, which is your as of now it's 0. So now I'm going to do some this OK, and you will see it is doing some calculation on its own. Hey, it has given me so high number, which is impossible for me to have it in any case. So if I want to have the 75%, this day average, I need to increase my final exam number to 130, which is very, tedious task, especially with 50 and 55 marks over there. So if you just notice that it has done the calculation on its own, but you must know what to select in goal seek and what to write in goal seek.